Hey guys, welcome back to another podcast of I'm Not Okay with Danny G. It's me, Danny G, and yes, I'm back. I'm back in the building. I was gone last week because I had a toothache from hell, and it was just unbearable. I could not sit down for 30 minutes to talk without just crying in pain, so I was not able to do a podcast, and I'm sorry I didn't even post on Instagram. I was really, really in pain, guys. Like, life was just the worst. But I'm back, and I am here with the tea, as they say. Alright guys, welcome back. Yes, missed you guys the most. I know I was gone, and I already know I said I was gone because of my toothache, but let me just tell you guys. The toothache was so bad that I couldn't even tell you what tooth it was. Like, my whole face was hurting. I was getting headaches. My jaw was hurting. I just could not do anything. It hurt so bad. I was taking everything. Anything anyone said to help, I was doing. But I'm back, and I'm feeling better. Woo! And missed you guys. I felt bad. I thought about it every day. I had reminders in my phone, and I was like, oh my god, my podcast, I miss it. I didn't get to dish on anything. But here I am, guys, ready to dish. So guys, this week on the podcast, I'm going to do an MTV VMA 2018 review. I'm talking the tea, I'm talking the dirt, I'm talking everything you can think of, I will discuss. So, before I get into it, I just want to say thank you guys for being here. I enjoy you, and I appreciate every single one of you. Please, if you watched it, let's talk about it. If you watch it after you hear this, let's talk about it. I am down because I have so many opinions. So, let's just get right into it. So, first up was Cardi B opening the show. She came in with her jokes and her shade, which I always love because, Cardi keeps it real 100% of the time. I am a Cardi B fan, in case you didn't know. Her outfit was actually cute. I felt like it was toned down for her, but it was very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. Very big and beautiful red. Her hair, on the other hand, I wasn't a big fan of the pixie cut. I love Cardi, and I know she wears weaves and all that, but I don't know. I just didn't like her with short hair. I don't even think that was her hair either. I like her even when she's blonde, but this one, not so much. But I know she just had a baby, so maybe taking it easy was the theme. But she still looked good, and she still rocked it. She, of course, came out with a blanket like she was going to show her baby, Miss Culture, who no one has yet seen. But I knew damn well that was a lie, and she wasn't going to show nobody nothing. But okay, it was cute. It was cute. Had everyone going. No one smart would bring their baby to one of those shows. Come on. The fact that DJ Khaled brought his son there says so much about DJ Khaled. I'm sorry. I'm not a fan of his. You are going to hear me rant more about him later on. But why would you bring your kid there? It's late. It's loud. It's full of just too much going on, I think. But anyway, so I knew that was not her baby. But it was funny that she had her little award wrapped up in there. So you go, Cardi, for having your little award. Next up was Shawn Mendes. He played his hit song. I don't know him like I know one of his songs, but not enough to be a fan. But he did look like he was having a lot of fun performing. He looked like he was having a good time. The rain, that's always fun to see. Such a cool effect. It was a nice song. The song, like I said, I don't know, but it was nice, and it reminded me of Creed or Nickelback. I don't know. I was getting that kind of vibe from it. But it was still cute, and he was cute, and that was a cute little performance. That's really all I can say. Like I said, I don't know him. I think I know one of his first ever hit songs, which was way back in the day. So not really. It's not that I'm not a fan. I just don't know him, but it was a really good performance. Next up came Kevin Hart and Tiffany Haddish. They are both super funny comedians, but honestly, I don't feel like the movie they got coming out, Night School, it doesn't look that funny. Then again, I don't know how they work together. But her and Girls Trip was everything. So it's going to be hard to beat that in my book. And yes, I know that movie's like old as hell, but that movie is still so funny. I like fell in love with that movie, and I didn't see it till it was already like on Showtime or whatever, but it was funny. But their movie, it just looks like it's going to be G-rated. Like, they both, I know, are funny and go off the wall, but I don't feel like they're going to do it in this movie. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Anyway, they talk like forever, and Tiffany threw some shade at Fifth Harmony, and it was real. She, like, you know, did her little shout out to Camila Cabello and was like, oh, sorry, Fifth Harmony, you ain't here, and we noticed. I was like, all right, she's stirring the pot. Camila Cabello, she is good, and she didn't, you know, do anything back. She just kind of laughed and like looked to the side, so she played it off, which was cute. That was cute. So Tiffany Haddish and Kevin Hart then went on to announce the best rapper. It was won by Miss Nicki Minaj. She was gone for like a good minute. And I know there was talk, like when Cardi B came out, there was like beef between them, but I honestly feel like there is no beef between them. And people just kind of put it there, like they wanted there to be drama. Well, you know, she's a rapper, and oh, Cardi B's a new rapper, and they're both from New York, and oh, they're both from the Bronx. Like, I don't know. I just felt like people were trying to put drama where it wasn't needed. So I feel like Nicki Minaj hasn't got a lot of love lately. But this new album, it's pretty tight. Like, I'm feeling Chun-Li. I'm super late to the game, but like, I'm like, okay, I like it. You go, girl, get your shit, get it going. So I feel like her album was really good. I think Cardi B's album is really good too. I mean, I've listened to both of them, like a few songs off of each album, and they're okay. I don't think one's way better than the other. Cardi B's just like what's in right now, but Nicki's an original, so her stuff will always be good, I feel. I was glad I didn't hear so much of that stupid Barbie talk she does. I hate when she talks like a little Barbie. I don't get what that's about. I know it's one of her many characters, just like Chun-Li, but it's not cute anymore. Like, that was old school Nicki. Nicki Minaj was also up against some real fighters. Of course, Cardi B, like I said, and all their drama. Then again, I don't feel like there should be drama between them. I just think they're both really great female rappers, and we don't even have a lot of those to begin with. And there was Beyonce, and for Beyonce not to win is always a shock since she's like queen. But I really did not like her album. I haven't listened to the whole album, but the songs I've heard, like, none of them really caught me. That made me want to download it and listen to it over and over again. And don't get me wrong, I'm a Beyonce fan. Do not get me wrong. I love Queen Bee. I'm about Queen Bee. Sasha Fierce is life. Yes, bitch slays. So please do not come after me. I love Beyonce. She is number one, and I will never forget it. I'm just saying I like her older stuff because it's more dance and more club. And she's still like on this whole new Carter life, and it's just different for me. Not that it's bad, it's just different. Back to Nicki Minaj, the winner. I don't know what she was wearing, guys. She looked freaking crazy. Like, not crazy. It just looked like she was wearing a bathing suit with a lace skirt. Like a 50s skirt. I'm surprised because Nicki Minaj comes out in some crazy outfits. We've seen her with like helmets on and like bodysuits that are made of like metal. So for this, I was like, oh, it's kind of plain, which is so weird for her. But also, not that it was bad. It wasn't like eye-catching. It was just a weird lacy skirt. I don't know. So after Nicki Minaj won her award, the singer, guys, I don't know if I'm saying his name right, Brazzy, or however you say it. And again, I only know one of his songs, so when he performed, I was like, oh, this is a cute song, but I don't know it enough to really give an opinion on it. I just know his other song. And I do love that one. That one's a fun one. But it sounded like the one I know. Like, they sounded so similar. I don't know if that was on purpose or if it was just me, but I just feel like all his music is going to sound the same if two songs sound identical to me. So I really didn't care for the song, and the performance was not really mind-blowing or eye-catching or something I'm going to remember in a week. Oh yeah, before I continue, Kevin Hart did mention my boy Lil Xan, and I was like, oh shit, Lil Xan, my boo-boo, he's there. Yes, my Lil Xan got booed up. He is with Miss Noah Cyrus. Yes, Miley Cyrus's sister. They're both musicians and both artists, and they're such a cute little couple. I like them. So they were both there, and of course Kevin Hart was like making a joke and about face tattoos and young rappers and all that, but it was still cute, and it was nice to see that Lil Xan was there. Maybe one day he'll be there to actually win an award. No shade, no tea. Also, just dropping it out there that Lil Xan and Noah Cyrus did make a song together. And yes, I have it downloaded and ready to go. They are really cute. I like both their music, so I'm kind of excited to see what they put together. Because I like some of Noah back in the day, so I haven't heard her in a while. And of course, we all know I love me some Lil so I'm hoping it just sounds different than what he normally puts out. It is called Live or Die. So please go check it out and tell me what you think. Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively were out next. They were promoting their movie. They're both so funny, and Blake Lively is, God, she's just like the most gorgeous person ever. And I could just stare at her for days. I love when she does movies in time periods because she's just so gorgeous, and they can do such beautiful stuff with her. I forgot what that movie's called. I keep seeing the ad for it on YouTube. But just if you want to look it up, Blake Lively and Anna Kendrick, they're making a movie together. It looks interesting, and maybe it's funny. It looks kind of like a mystery. Looks good. So they came out and did their thing. They were the announcer for the best pop artist, and the nominees were Demi Lovato, who of course we all know wasn't going to be there, and we all know why. No comment. Hope she gets well. Big Demi fan. Sad to see it happen, but not surprised that it happened. Like, I love her, and that's no tea, no shade, no nothing, guys. Like, don't come after me. I'm just saying, she's around that kind of stuff all the time. So, like, of course, if you're not ready to give it up, you will let it back into your life. And I know it's hard because I have friends who suffer with addiction, who I have lost due to addiction. So I do know the struggles, and I do wish her the best. Next was the song that I just talked about, Miss Havana. Yes, Camila Cabello. She went at it. She was like in every category. You'll see. I'll talk about more, and you'll see how many she's in. She was in quite a bit. Ed Sheeran was in there, and all the girls go wild for Ed Sheeran because of all of his sad love songs. I don't know. He's another artist I feel sounds the same. Not the same, but he just sings about the same thing, and it sounds in the same format. It's just kind of repetitive for me. But I'm not dogging him because I do like some of his stuff. Pink was up. I love Pink. I've loved Pink since I was like 9 years old. So me and her go way back, and it was nice to see her nominated. And then they also had Ariana Grande. Oh, Ariana Grande. She is like the least favorite person in my life. Like, I just do not like her at all. I don't like her music. I don't like her. I'll let you guys know why a little later because it comes back up in the podcast. But, just not the biggest Ariana Grande fan. Just not. I can't. I tried and I can't. So, just couldn't do it. She just tries to be like Mariah Carey, and there's just no one like Mariah Carey. That's all I'm going to say. She just tries way too hard, and that's not... I don't know. I just don't even want to talk about her anymore, guys. I don't even remember who won Best Pop Artist, guys, so... My bad. I took notes and didn't even think about putting who the winner was. But I'm pretty sure it was Camila Cabello, because that girl just started winning awards left and right. I could be wrong, so if I'm wrong, please let me know, and I'm sorry. Next up, they had Logic perform, and he had this beautiful, powerful performance, and it had to do with Donald Trump and the current event going on with the wall and then separating the family. So the song was great, and then having the visual effect of seeing the children and the family come together because they've already tried to be separated was very beautiful. It was it reminded me of that song Macklemore did, Same Love, and how powerful he did that performance. I think it was at the MTV VMAs as well. And just hearing that song was so beautiful. Yes, I know I'm gay, and oh my god, a gay song, but that song went so hard, and I had tears. This song was really good as well. So I enjoyed it. I was real happy with it, and of course at the end I did shed some tears. It was a really good one. I just like the way people are now using their voice, who have a voice, to talk about current events. It's a really big deal. And I think it's really appreciated, especially for younger generations who really don't know what's going on. When someone they like their favorite artist is talking about something, they're more likely to understand it and pay attention because it's coming from someone they already idolize. So throughout the show, they have Best New Artists, and the top two were Cardi B and Hailey Kiyoko. And of course, we all know Cardi B is the best, so she's most likely going to win. You don't know till the end, but I don't even know Hailey Kiyoko, don't know any of her music or anything about her, so I wasn't betting on her at the end. We all know how that goes, so we'll see at the end who ended up winning. After that, Panic at the Disco performed. And yes, I'm a fan. I have been a fan since I was 16 years old. I love Panic at the Disco. I mean, I like their older stuff, even some of their newer stuff. But their music has been around for a long time. Their music was life back in the day. Everyone knows that song. I chimed in with the haven't you people ever heard of. Like, you just have to sing the rest of that song when you hear that. Sorry if I got that song stuck in anyone's head, but they went hard. I honestly didn't even know they were still making music, but I'm glad they are. I knew they were still making music kind of a while ago. The last song I liked by them was Death of a Bachelor, which was off their album Death of a Bachelor. It was really good. But I think that was the last one because I started to realize it kind of sounded the same from back in the day. Like, their music just always sounds the same to me. You know, I'm not saying anything bad. It's cool. It's just sometimes you want artists to sound different or evolve, and I don't really feel like they did that. But not in a bad way or anything. But yeah, the performance was good, and of course they're good, and I enjoy them. So you go, guys. You go, Panic at the Disco. I'm glad they're still around because now, you know, other kids are going to like them. And that's pretty cool, too. All right, guys. After all of this magnificent stuff went down, the greatest thing ever happened. And I didn't even know this was going to happen until I watched the show. I saw a little bit of stuff that was going on, like, in my Insta feed and on the news and stuff. And Perez Hilton, my, you know, my guru, my life. But I didn't know this until I watched it, that the Backstreet Boys came on. The Backstreet Boys. Yes, Backstreet's back. All right. This was everything. I love the Backstreet Boys. Oh my God, did I feel like a 9-year-old girl again. Like, I don't even care. Yes, I'm a lesbian, but like, you don't understand. Like, Backstreet Boys was everything. Like, I didn't want to be with any of them. I just loved them all. I don't know. I was just in that weird mania of like boy bands. Oh my God. They all looked so good. They all aged very beautifully. AJ, I see you, boo-boo. AJ was my favorite back in the day. I always liked the weird ones. Like, I never liked the pretty boys or the blonde one. Like, I don't know. I was always like, oh, the weird one, he was the coolest. So, he was looking good. They all look good. They were so great. And when they harmonized the songs, oh, I loved it so much. I wish they would have sang, like, one of their songs. Just one. I don't even care which one. It would have been awesome. So, they were the announcers of Song of the Year. And the nominees for Song of the Year was by the artist, I guess, are Dua Lipa, and I love her song. I don't even know the lyrics, and I make it up as I go every time, so it's always different, but I go hard. Like, I love that song. I gotta, like, I don't even know what she's saying. I have no idea, but I love that song. Love it. Next up was Rockstar by Post Malone. And damn, that song got played out fast. Got played out real quick. But when you hear it, you're still like, I can kind of bump that. So I was like, all right, I see you, Post Malone. You coming up. Drake, of course, Daddy, as we all know, was on the charts. And he better be because he's the best. And God's plan was everything. She said, do you love me? I told her only partly. Like, yes. Yes. Finesse was the next song, which gave me hard 90s vibes. I loved it. Loved it. Like, every time Bruno puts out a song, I end up hearing it and liking it. And I never go looking for it. It just comes into my lap. And I'm like, oh, shit, yeah. And, of course, my girl Cardi B was on it, so it made it, like, all the better. Overall, it's like the music video, the song, like, it was just a good time. It was a good time for a song. I was about it. Havana was there again. I'm telling you, like, Camila Cabello was just sneaking in all the categories. Sneaking in all of them. I don't even know why. Like, that one song, yes, it's great, but damn, I didn't think it was award-winning great, but she comes up a lot, and I don't get why. Ed Sheeran was on the next one again, and I always feel bad. Like I said, his songs are like so sad and about love, so I just never feel like that's gonna be a winner. Like, no one wants a depressing-ass song to be a winner. And speaking of winner, the winner was Post Malone, of course, because they played the fuck out of that song. And I just want to brush on his hair. Like, before he performed, his hair was looking mangy as fuck. Like, he looks like a homeless person, like, and not in a cute, cool way. Like, he just looks gross. Like, he needs a shower. He reminds me of that kid off of Charlie Brown who always has like a dirt pile around him. And I love Post Malone. Like, my dad goes hard for Post Malone, so I ain't throwing no shade. I'm just saying, like, let's look a little better, guys. We're at an award show. I'm just saying. After Post Malone won, some girl named Jessie Reyes performed. I don't know who that is or what she sings, but she had a really banging voice. I was getting it. Her voice was beautiful, but I really didn't, like I said, know her or know the song or even care for it. But that's all I can say on that. Nicki Minaj was the next performer, and she had a nice setup. There were some gold unicorns. Her outfit for her performance was way more her this time. It was looking very Nicki Minaj, and she had a different weave, of course. So this one felt more like, oh, this is Nicki. This is how I know her. Her music on this album makes me feel like old school 90s rap, like Lil' Kim, like kind of rough rap and kind of throwing shade and talking shit about people. Like, she just kind of throws it out there. It was it sounds like it's a good album. Like I said, I haven't heard all of it. I just heard a few songs here and there, but it sounds interesting. I like how she freestyled, but you can tell it was rehearsed because all the people knew when to move, like when she said certain words. So I was like, all right, are we really freestyling here, or did we practice our freestyle? But it was still really good at the same time. Like I said, she name drops a lot. Like, she's just throwing names out there, I feel, to stir the pot and to see what catches. Because I'm just like, why is Vince Vaughn mentioned? Like, you're mentioning Travis Scott. Like, there's a lot of people you mentioned that I just don't feel like was necessary. But it was a good performance, and she got it. I was kind of sad she didn't sing the damn Chun-Li song. That's like my favorite song, Hello. But she doesn't know that, so it's okay. Next up was for the best Latin song, I think. And I didn't know those songs or those artists, so I really don't talk about it because, like I said, I don't know. But I do know that music was fucking popping, and I wanted to shake my little booty. So I think I might listen to some more Latin music because it was really good. But like I said, I don't know enough to comment on it. Haley Kiyoko performed, and again, I don't know her, so I can't give much of an opinion. But the song I heard didn't sound like anything I'd download and want to be bumping anytime soon. Like, she sounds pretty good, but it's just, I don't know. She's just not catching my eye. And also, I felt like she was whispering and I couldn't hear a freaking thing she said. I don't know if that's her voice or if she was doing it for the song, but if she could have just sang a little louder, maybe I would have understood what the freaking song was about. But that's all I can really say. So, the next and best performance of the night was with Miss Jennifer Lopez. She popped up on a million screens and it still was not enough. Let me just say, I have loved Jennifer my whole life, and that bitch still looks good. She still looks good when I had a crush on her back in the 90s. Like, she looks so good. She can get it forever. I know a lot of people wouldn't know some of the songs she started with, but her albums went hard. I still had that album, like, on the 6th, that on CD, like, that went hard. I think Jennifer Lopez was, like, one of my first crushes, one of my first CDs. Like, she was everything to me back in the day. And then her playing Selena on top of it was like the cherry on a great cake. She's just the best. She's the best. I loved how Tiffany Haddish was like going hard too. Like, she was fucking feeling it. She was like, yes, girl, yes. So I saw Tiffany and she was getting wild. That would so be me if I was at the VMAs. Like, I would not even care. Like, if you play Jennifer Lopez, I'm gonna dance to Jennifer fucking Lopez. I hate that they showed Kylie Jenner and she looked like she was prude. Like, she was just too good to be there and, like, to even bump her head to this music. Like, Kylie, sit the fuck down. Just sit down. She's really cool or whatever, and she's a trendsetter, but you cannot diss Jennifer Lopez. You just can't. Not in any shape or form. It's Jennifer Lopez. DJ Khaled was there. I don't feel like DJ Khaled was even necessary. I don't like him. I feel like he says the same 2 lines on everyone's album and he gets all this credit like he's this amazing guy. I'm just not feeling him. He's the worst. And then, when you thought it couldn't get any better, Ja Rule came out and helped her take the show. Yes! Do people remember Ja Rule? Like, what happened to him? Like, he looked fine in the performance, but like, yo, Murder Inc. was the shit back in the day. Everyone was throwing up that Murder Inc. Like, that was life. What happened? So, seeing him and her, I was like, oh my god, this is the best! Everyone knows I'm a 90s freak, so I was getting some feels for that. In the end, Jennifer Lopez won an award for being, I don't even know what it's called, something Vanguard. She won an award for being an amazing artist. And it's true, so I was happy for her that she won. You go, J-Lo. So after Jennifer Lopez, no one's going to top it, but we try, and Ariana Grande performed next. And she performed her hit song, God is a Woman. And I've heard this song like a few times, like just parts of it on the radio, or it'll come up on a playlist, so I've heard it. And I've tried to like it. I've tried my hardest to like it, guys. But I just don't feel it in my soul. I don't know what it is. Like when I see her, she just looks too young to be singing what she's singing about, and then she's dancing all slutty. Like, you look like you're 9 years old and you still belong on Nickelodeon. I don't like her. I don't. And I think she's part of the Illuminati. And this is why. Because sometimes, no matter how long of a period she can be gone, when she comes out, her stuff is on point every time. And it's not good every time. Like, come on. It's just weird. It's just fishy. I think there's some weird stuff going on. I don't want to talk any more shit because a good friend of mine who has been on the podcast before in the past, Miss Heather, this is her wife. This is her girl. This is her everything. And I don't want to upset her. And Heather, if you're listening to this, no shade, no tea. Ariana's a cool person, I am sure, but I just don't vibe with her. She doesn't gel with me. After that performance, it was Artist of the Year, and Ariana Grande was next for a nominee right after just performing. This is another proof of why I think she's part of the Illuminati, but whatever, don't take my word for it. Also, there was Drake, of course, because hello, it's Drake. Post Malone, Camila Cabello, again, see guys, like she just pops up. She pops up a lot, I'm just saying. Bruno Mars and my lady Cardi B. But the winner of it all was Miss Camila Cabello. I don't see how she won, honestly. Not that she isn't good. I'm just saying, like, Drake, Cardi B, like, they're not better, but I just feel like they were way more above this freaking Havana song. Just way better. Even Ariana, I think, was, a little more poppin' than that. I think maybe she came out late in the game or something, but whatever. After that, some boy band, I think they're called Pretty Much, came out and performed. I'm not feeling these boys, like, at all. I love a good boy band, do not get me wrong. Backstreet Boys and NSYNC are the original boy bands, and I was there, and I was about them. And I'm talking about for my time in the 90s, not the 80s and all that. I'm just saying, like, I know boy bands. But these kids look like they belong in freaking Crisscross. And they were all dressed like out of a PacSun catalog. Like, I was just not about it. And I wasn't about their song. And they did not give me the feels. So we finally announced who the Breakthrough Artist of the Year was. And it was, of course, Miss Cardi B. Hello. Did we think it would be anyone else? Come on now, people. It's Cardi B. Oh, yes. Cardi B. Number one. So I'm very happy Cardi B won Breakthrough Artist of the Year because bitch broke through. She broke through so many barriers and so many walls, and I am so excited to see what she has next. Love Cardi B. Not even going to give DJ Khaled any more room on my podcast, but he was there. That's all I'm going to say. He was just there at the show. Whatever. Travis Scott then performed his new album, Astro World, and all I could hear out of him was just auto-tune on top of auto-tune. Like, I didn't understand what he was saying. It sounded like he had 3 different versions of himself playing at the same time, so he sounded muffled, and it was not that great. And all that stuff in his mouth, that shit don't help either. Like, he has way too much going on, and I wasn't feeling it at all. Then they start off with, like, some slow song, and you're like, oh, okay, we're going to do this again. Didn't we just see a song with a meaning? Not that, like, I could ever get enough of those, but I was just like, are we reaching? Because we just saw this. And then it didn't even last long. They showed Kylie, too, at one point, and she just looked so fucking dumb. Like, she didn't even know where she was or how to dance. Like, she just was looking around like, I don't know. You'd think she'd be there for her man a little better. I'm just saying. I didn't like the performance. I don't think I liked the album. I really wasn't feeling it. Sorry if you're a Travis Scott fan. I know I like some of his old stuff, but like I said, I haven't kept up with much anything these days, music-wise, so I don't know what's out and what's not and what's popping, but I was not feeling this song. Next category was Best Collab. First off was Bruno and Cardi B, and that was for sure my fave, I think, out of all of them, if I can remember right. I love that song and, love to bump it. So I was feeling it. NERD and Rihanna. That was a good song too, but I don't think it was the best, but it was pretty good. Logic, I really don't know, but I want to pay more attention to him because I think he does some really good stuff. So I think I'm gonna go down a Logic train eventually. BB Rexa was good, and if you follow me on Snapchat, you've seen I've bumped her song, If It's Gonna Be, Let It Be. Like, I love that song, Meant to Be. I don't even know why. I just love that song, and I always have to sing it when it comes on. I just always do. It's one of my favorite. Cardi B and J-Lo, that song was the shit. I loved Nero. Like, I just love that song, and I love what it's about. And them working together is so awesome. Two girls from the Boogie Down Bronx getting it. I'm about it. Last but not least, the Carters, of course, because they're just this great, amazing duo. It's Queen Bee and Jay-Z, and they're just the untouchable. So they were in the category, but like I said, I really wasn't about their stuff this time. I don't know. And the winner, of course, was Miss Cardi B and Jennifer Lopez. So glad they worked together. That was a force to not be touched with, I'm telling you. I hope they do more music together because that song goes so hard. Next category was Video with a Message. Childish Gambino came in, and I do love that song and the message behind it. I love all of it. It was really, really good. I really like that song. That's actually one of my favorite songs and music videos I've seen in a very long time. Jesse Reyes, again, I don't know. Sorry, guys. Drake, now I know God's Plan is still my jam, so I was kind of going for Drake because, I love me some daddy. Logic, I'm liking a lot, and he's coming up fast, like I said, so I hope I get to hear more from him. Janelle Monáe was next up for a nominee, and I don't know of her, but I know of this song that she was, getting recognition for, Pink, and it is such a weird song. Weird. Like, I don't understand. It's a song that's about vaginas. And the music video is vaginas and clitorises. And I'm sorry, and I hope that doesn't offend anyone, and I'm not saying anything inappropriate, but that is what the song is about and the message behind it. Like, vagina power. And yes, I have one, and yes, I love them, but I don't think I want a song about it. Just saying. The winner of that category ended up being Childish Gambino, and of course you would know he was going to win with that song and that music video. That stuff is still getting talked about now, and it's been done a million different ways for a million different countries to get powerful messages across, which is a really beautiful thing. Maluma performed, and Sally, I don't know who this is, but he's a big deal apparently, and I know the song he performed because I don't live under a rock, and one of my coworkers likes to bump it all the time at work. But I don't know much about him, and I really couldn't say much on his performance. All I know is his hair was looking hella greasy, and he looked like he just got out of a beach. Not that it's a bad thing. I'm just saying he looked real oily. So after all this, next up was the tribute to Aretha Franklin. Aretha Franklin was played in the background. It was super beautiful. It was very nice. She's an amazing woman. Then Madonna comes out, and she talks about Aretha Franklin for a good 2 minutes. Then she just made it about herself the whole time. She was like, oh, Aretha Franklin was very great. I listened to her growing up. I used her once at a audition. And then it just became a story about her the whole time, the whole speech. She didn't give any credit where it was deserved. She has since gone on Instagram and still feels like she didn't do anything wrong, but if you listen to her speech, she doesn't even mention Aretha Franklin. Not enough for it to be an Aretha Franklin speech is all I'm saying. And it's really sad because she didn't get the credit she was deserved. Like I said, she's like a pillar of music. What Madonna was wearing also was ridiculous. She looked like she was wearing a black poncho with some thorns on a crown. I don't understand what her look was or what she was going for, but it was not great. Not saying Madonna isn't great because she's wonderful. I love Madonna. Bitch, it's Madonna. Who doesn't love Madonna? I'm just saying she kind of stole the light. And this was the last light Aretha Franklin was ever going to get. And it was a very important moment and a great time to say something. And I feel like it got missed. Last category was Video of the Year. And we had the Carters, Ariana Grande, Childish Gambino, Camila Cabello, Drake, Bruno Mars featuring Cardi B. And the winner, of course, Camila Cabello. And she won over and over again. And I just don't get it. See, guys, like, I think something fishy's going on. Like, it's just really weird. That song was great, but not great enough to win. Like, it beat Beyonce and Jay-Z. Camila Cabello beat Beyonce and Jay-Z. The bitch from Fifth Harmony. Like, come on. No way. The only reason she won is because that song got overplayed. That's the only reason she won. Again, not saying she isn't good. I'm just saying. I just didn't think she was that well to beat out the Carters and Drake. But whatever. Last to perform was Post Malone. He came out in a suit made of smiley faces. It was very questionable and strange. He came out doing his Rockstar song, and it was cool. A nice little guitar solo with this other guy. And then Aerosmith came out, and he just stole the show. Aerosmith made the whole show so much better. And yes, he did his Dream On, and you get to see his big old mouth. It was thebomb.com. So that was the end of the 2018 MTV VMAs. It was interesting. There were some people who I like YouTubers who I saw were there and the outfits they wore. Tana Mojo wore this outfit that was very interesting. The dress was great. I kind of wasn't feeling the sleeves, and I feel bad because now there's so many memes of it. And so, I can't get those out of my head, but I still do love me some Tana Mojo. Like I said, Lil Xan was there. David Dobrik was there. That was pretty cool. It just looked like it was a really good time. I was very disappointed with who won and how often people won, because I felt like some of these artists who kind of have been around longer and are more memorable didn't win awards. And I don't think it's rigged, but I think they give it to more people who they want are up and coming. Like, come on, Beyonce and Jay-Z, I'm still not over it, guys. Come on. But anyways, that was the review. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave some comments down below. Please give me your input. If there was someone you liked that was dressed I don't talk about, let me know. If there was someone who looked freaking whack out of their mind, please let me know, because I love to look that up. Thank you again for everything, guys. I appreciate you and everything you do by listening to little old me. So if you want to follow me some more and see me live or hear me talk or see my ugly, stupid face or the interesting pictures I post for my podcast, please follow me on all my social medias. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. I'm Not Okay, Danny G. Look me up. I'll be there, and I hope you're there. So please come join. All right, guys, that was another podcast of I'm Not Okay with Danny G. Thank you for listening. Again, I'm not okay. I'm hoping you guys still stay not okay. Don't be okay. It's okay not to be okay. And you know what? Let's not be okay together, guys. Let's just do it.